Welcome back to Dota 2 Asian Championships. This is day 4 of the group stage, second to last games. I'm here with Andrew, Ben, and Winter. How's it going, guys?
Good. How about you guys?
Hi, Winter.
Hello.
Hi, Winter. Welcome to the panel.
Yeah,
Looking sharp today.
very sharp.
Bruised up.
Thanks.
Are you feeling better?
Well, according to the producer, Brian, I'm blending in.
You're blending in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine.
It works out.
It's just fine. Don't worry.
You got the dark side over here. Color coordinated.
Yeah.
Devoid of color, I guess you could say. Merlini.
I just like staring.
Here's the happy half.
The happy half.
Yeah.
Some personality on that side.
Are you happy about the tournament so far?
I'm sad for newbie.
You're sad for newbie. Are you a newbie fan?
A little.
A little.
Yesterday was like one of the only times I've seen Winter just be speechless at the end of a game. When Newbie just got rolled over, he's just the face palms, the hand gestures. It was a sad time yesterday at the end of the day.
They were so good 6 months ago
Yeah.
Yeah.
and 3 months ago.
You know, my concern is, you know how TIs go from west to east, from west to east, right? Like TI1 was west, TI2 was east, TI3 was west, TI4 was east. And this tournament is being west. Maybe this accelerates this whole thing and TI is east again, just because DAC is being heavily predominated by the western teams.
It's a good theory.
What causes that? That is sort of an interesting phenomenon. That
I do believe that
oscillates.
after TI2 and TI4 there were really big patch changes that not only changed what heroes were picked, but also how the game was played. After TI4 it was the change of the map.
Right.
Along with a lot of mechanics with of course the rubber band mechanic
Right.
and
Pushing
the tower gold and a lot of stuff. After TI2 it was a lot of how the neutrals worked. The neutrals were moved. Remember you had the
right. The
the
easy
easy-
camp and the medium camp.
exactly,
Swap.
yeah.
Yeah.
so a lot of stuff happened. I think Western Dota adapts faster to that kind of changes than Chinese Dota in general. And that is normal
Okay.
when you see a new patch coming, you see Chinese teams picking the old patch for 2 months until they are like, well, this is working because we're all picking the same things. But once they start encountering a different kind of Dota, and that happens mostly at TIs or events like this,
Right.
that's when they make the switch. But that's my
Okay.
theory. Would you agree with that, Winter?
I have another
Sure.
opinion on this.
Okay.
For example, TI2.
Yes.
A Eastern team wins, and everyone in China, when they win something big, they probably relax. We are the best, and it's like a mentality thing. The next TI, the Western teams, we cannot let them win it twice.
Uh-oh.
Right. Okay.
So you work harder.
Do you think that I mean, you know them better than I do. Do you think the Chinese scene has a sense of unity between all of them? It's like all the Chinese teams kind of like, we represent China.
During TIS.
Okay.
They would like rather one of them, like even if they are not winning, they want to help each other.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, we get the same kind of thing for the Western teams.
Murika.
Ben, you look like you're really about to say something groundbreaking here.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, he's holding it.
I'm
Yeah.
just listening.
He's
That's
just
good.
the
I'm
silent observer
I'm
here.
entertaining the theories.
He just puts me at ease when he looks at me because it feels like I'm saying something that makes
Cool, calm, and
I have his
collected.
attention, you know.
It's 50-50 for me. Sometimes I think he's really listening, and other times I think he's just ripping me apart in his head right now and doing the, you're never going to know what I'm thinking about right now.
Fair enough. It's a smile. It's the tiny smile that throws you off. But what will throw you off if you just tuned into the AC for the first time is taking a look at the standings, because you would expect to see Newbie up top.
You would expect that.
You would
but
expect
You
that.
will also be very disappointed if you are a newbie fan. We're going to have MVP versus HR coming up on this stream next. And, well, we're not going to see them here in the top half of the bracket.
11-0 for Team Secret.
They're on
That is
fire,
some
Bruno.
score. They just need to win 4 more, and they go, like someone said behind the stage, without getting their cherry popped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
It is a sports expression, apparently.
Is it?
It is.
it's a sex expression, Bruno.
What does cherry have to do with sex?
Jesus. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So, Secret looking very good. Moving away from the pack.
Do you know what they're talking about?
Can they?
Jesus.
Winner just does the subtle nod. Oh, my. So, Can anybody beat Secret is the real question, though. Nobody at the beginning, Ben, nobody had faith that
They're
there would be a
pretty
team that
close.
goes undefeated. Do you think they can actually do this completely undefeated 15-0?
I think they have so much momentum now that people, like the other teams, might actually be a little bit intimidated by them, especially in a best of one. I think they'll probably go undefeated and then they'll lose later on down the line. But I don't really see any team upsetting them at this point.
Who are
Yeah.
the remaining matches anyway? Who are
Well, today
They
play-
have there's really good matches on day
they
5.
have Rave and they have Tongfu.
okay,
There's
this,
EG Secret,
This
right?
is a wash.
Yes.
Yeah, today they play IG, Rave,
Yeah,
and Tongfu.
there's no Secret on the mainstream today.
Oh, there's only these 2 games.
Yes.
There's EG
and
Secret tomorrow. I
IG
forget the
that
other
was
2.
already played.
Oh, they already
Secret
won.
one. Yeah.
So that arguably is the hardest game for them today.
Yes. They do have EG, but EG do not look as unbeatable as they did on the day 1. In fact, after going, I
That
want to
was-
say
That's
7-0,
Is
they
that
won
on the last day?
0-2.
yeah. Is that on the last day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
All right, so can we take a look at the... No, okay. So we're going to talk about HR versus MVP. HR versus MVP. HR, they're in the middle of the pack, so they actually could really use a win here. MVP Phoenix, they're down in newbie levels. I think most hope for them is pretty much gone unless they can win 4 to their next 5 games.
The thing about MVP is that they try stuff at this point. They're just,
That's true.
okay, this is experience. We'll learn from them.
At
We'll
least
try what other
at least
people are doing.
MVP have a plan.
At least they have a plan.
At least they have a single drafter that they keep and they just don't start rotating. But yeah, HellRaisers on the other hand, they're middle of the pack, but mostly because of that first day wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I think looking at day 2 and 3, they've been looking way
Way
stronger.
better.
They did basically what Navi did. Day 1 really struggled, and then they came back fresh day 2, and they've had a good bit of momentum since then.
So I wouldn't be surprised if this is an easy 27-minute win for HellRaisers.
27 minutes.
20
That's
27
oddly
minutes.
specific. 27 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want the over or under on that, Merlini?
Well, it's hard to go under. I'm going
yeah.
over under 32.
32. I'll take over on 32.
Over 32?
Over 30. I think it'll be under 32.
Winter?
I don't actually think it'll be that quick. 40.
40?
40.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
40.
You
Good.
think MVP will stall out,
Yeah.
hold out for a while?
Or maybe
They don't GG early.
That's
they
true.
don't.
They,
Yeah, that
they
is true.
tend not to.
But we'll see. I think HellRaisers with their
The
ace cannon
opportunities
style
to.
Yeah. Well, we saw
is going to overwhelm them.
our last game yesterday was HR versus Newbie, right? That was the final match that we covered. I know we cast Newbie in the last game. I'm pretty sure it was HR.
Yeah.
HR.
So a somewhat comparable match. We can see the standings here. HR 5-5, so could still make a run towards the top 8, right on the cusp. And MVP Phoenix and Newbie down at the 1-9. But yesterday, the HR versus Newbie game was pretty damn fast. I don't remember when it ended, but it was pretty quick. So I don't know. I have some faith that HR can do it
The
again.
game actually ended earlier when the teams were already. They gave up.
It was over before they GG'd. I
Yeah.
see.
They gave up.
A little bit of stats here. Actually, shout out to Dota that they put together their esports side of the site as now. And they also have pretty much the same that Dota has, but with nicer presentation.
Nice.
I think that Dota probably has way more information than Dota Buff has, but the information that Dota Buff has is very concise. So
Dota-
shout out to both sides.
Okay.
They're pretty amazing. That's what I wanted to say. It's not like a plug, more of a recognition. If you look at HellRaisers, they average 19.4 kills per match, 22 deaths per match, so a negative there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
YOLO style is how they play.
If you look at MVP, they get 16 kills per match. That's less than 19. And 31.8 deaths per match.
Oh.
They do die a lot.
Their average KDA is 0.5, or KD is 0.5.
0.5.
Oh, God, that's
That's pretty disgusting.
really low.
Yes.
I guess if you're 1-9, that'll tend to happen, but ouch.
How about newbies? I'm actually interested.
Oh, Newbie. Newbie has 13 kills, 22 deaths.
It's
So-
actually a very
little
big
better.
difference
They-
with MVP.
They are the
Yeah.
lowest. Newbie is the lowest killing team in the tournament,
Wow.
but he's very far from
Yeah.
being the ones that die the most. The ones that die the most are MVP with 31.8,
That's a
and
lot of tests.
eHome with 29 deaths per game.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and in terms of gold, Newbie is the team that gets the least gold per minute in the tournament with 1,500, almost 1,600 gold per minute. MVP is way above that with 1,720. To give you an idea, Secret gets 2,300 gold, 2,300 gold per game.
So pretty big
So,
disparity
Yeah, it's
there.
a big disparity. And,
Bruno, we've got a draft underway here.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah,
How does it
let's-
look?
It's
Did
looking
they
good.
ban the Warlock?
They did. Warlock, Wisp, first 2 bans from HellRaisers. They did some homework. MVP Phoenix, Venge, and Axe, both teams with some good first bans.
I don't know. I mean, with HellRaisers, there's always a possibility of Night Stalker. There's always a possibility of Bloodseeker.
Is this a first pick troll? No, they go the Rubik. The
They
Gotham
do
Rubik.
love the Rubik.
Oh, they love it.
HellRaisers love the Rubik.
I guess Dread plays it mostly, not Gotham, but yeah, they've
It's a
really
weird
really-
first pick.
They've been doing it a lot though. It's not weird for them. They've done it in maybe at least a third of their games, if not more.
Yeah.
Old school.
It's their go-to.
Not only they pick it so much, they also prioritize him in the. What is that? Do you hear?
That's the air conditioning.
Oh, okay.
Bruno was about to have a picnic.
Yeah.
I think we're being invaded, guys. Is that a helicopter?
They all not only they prioritize it a lot, they also pick it very early, mostly during the first pick phase, which normally you wouldn't do because Rubik is not one of those heroes that you normally see banned or picked. But they do so. They like it, and they know that the other heroes that they like as well are not heroes that are crucial picks. And if, to be fair, if you spend your bans in banning the Night Stalker or the Bloodseeker, then you're opening a lot of really good heroes like the Troll, which they also do very well.
This may be a second pick troll here for HellRaisers. Got to be tempting.
Mm-hmm.
So Batrider Lion, first 2 picks for MVP Phoenix.
It's pretty good versus the Juggernaut. I don't expect them to pick Jug
Okay,
or
Shadow
Troll,
Fiend.
I suppose.
Yeah, the TA ban comes from HellRaisers, a little bit out of surprising, I would say.
Yeah. I want to
It's
say
a hero that Shadowfiend sometimes struggles. If you
Yeah,
get
especially
if you
late.
get ganked once at least, and the TA is just going to roll over the Shadowfiend very hard in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Probably you want to take out all the heroes that actually fight and have very good matchup with Shadowfiend.
Maybe like a Viper ban here, something like that.
Probably.
Lion is the most picked hero in this tournament with 46 picks.
Did he actually take over the Venge? Isn't the
Yes. Yes, the Venge is on 42.
I think Venge is higher
Ban
percentage
pick.
in ban and
Yeah,
pick.
ban and pick.
Lion has not been banned nearly
And
as much.
Lion actually has a very, very high win rate with 63% win rate.
And how many
the-
games has he been played?
46.
46.
Yes.
Wow.
Out of the heroes that have more than 10 games, Batrider is super out there with 76% win rate in 21 games. Visage has 7 out of 10 wins. And then after that, it's Lion with 63%. Also, Draw Ranger and Sniper with 63%.
The Visage is the only one that
Sniper.
Sniper wins a lot, except when MB plays it.
So I think Secret's been playing a lot of the Visage, and they've obviously won
Yeah.
a lot of games. So.
EG as well.
Yeah, so 2 of the top teams picking a lot of Visage. That one's not surprising.
Now the Juggernaut is banned. The Chen is banned. Nice realization from HellRaisers. They can't pick the Juggernaut against those two. Probably, they might as well take it away.
So-
Chen is there.
They are leaving in a lot of QO heroes, though. Slark and Ember Spirit.
And those don't have great matchups for Shadowfiend though, in the
No.
middle
Yeah.
lanes.
No,
They're not
No,
that
they don't.
scared.
Hmm.
I think they'd rather him pick one of those heroes.
Just hand over, or let QO get what he wants. Okay. Now there's the Night Stalker ban from MVP.
if you want a very good matchup, like just a 1v1 at the moment that can roll the Shadowfiend over, I'm thinking a hero that fits Kyo would be Storm. Then he can carry the game by himself if he gets a very good start.
Yeah.
Fits his personality.
Fits his personality. What hero fits your personality, Winter?
Batrider.
Bat Rider. The Bat player.
Not a bad player, a bat player.
Bat player. You're a bad rider.
A
And
bad
Tide
player.
Hunter. I think of Winter Tide a lot. When someone says Winter, I think Tide Hunter after Batrider.
Why? Why Tide?
I don't know. I feel like of the games I've cast, you've played a lot of Tide.
Yeah, that was the recent ones, I guess.
Bristleback for MVP Phoenix.
By the way,
Nice,
we didn't make bets. I did it with the other guys.
Oh.
But, everyone is cheering for HellRaisers.
Yeah, I gotta say HellRaisers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Once
Everyone
you give
says
good
HellRaisers.
odds.
Yeah, it depends. What are the odds for Phoenix?
4-1.
I'm
4-1.
actually taking Phoenix because, you know,
I'll
Alright.
take Phoenix.
they are
for
my
one.
buddies.
Okay.
Winner, they're going for the. All right, I'm sticking with HellRaisers.
I'll go Phoenix.
Damn, Merlini going on the margins here. Uh-oh, Omni Knight Shadow Fiend. You want to change your bet, Merlini?
Omni SF is not that strong. It's decent, but
Really? You
I don't think
it's that strong.
I don't think a Superman Shadow Fiend is the end all be all in this particular game. It's just Omni Knight has positioning issues, especially versus a Bat Rider.
Yeah, that's true.
And then on top of that, they have good heroes to grant vision, Bat Rider and Bristleback in particular. They don't really have a good way to kill Bristleback yet.
Not yet.
And that also leaves the
5
support
seconds
duo being
remaining.
very weak because Rubik and Omni Knight, they can't roam and
Yeah, they do offlane though sometimes
Reserve
Yeah.
time.
too. So it might be like a dual offlane with Omni.
They usually do that with Legion Commander, Omni and Legion Commander.
I haven't seen Legion being picked outside of
like it's
Cloud9.
decent against Bat Rider if they want.
By the way,
Legion.
when you said, I heard
Dire
Religion
team
Commander, and I think that's a really good name. The Religion Commander.
So we get to see a Skywrath Mage here. Have not seen too much of him this tournament. A little hit or miss. But pretty good with the Bat Rider. Him and Lion both can have that big burst damage to blow up whoever gets caught in the lasso.
Sorry, Legion Commander was picked by Cloud9 twice. They won.
10 seconds
They lost
remaining.
both times.
I think HellRaisers need something like a Centaur for this matchup.
By Rave once, they
Spirit
lost.
Breaker.
They need a melee in the
Wow.
front. They have like way too much burst.
It
to
loses a
deal.
lot.
They have way too much burst for the squishy Rubik, Omni Knight, and Shadow Fiend. So they need someone up in front, or Bristleback's just gonna run into them.
Well, SB with the Omni Knight Repel can be
10
somewhat
seconds
strong if
remaining.
used appropriately.
Legion Commander is 0-4 in this tournament.
Ouch.
5
Ouch.
seconds
Poor LC.
remaining.
What about a Dusa? Omni plus Dusa. They can be even more greedy, adding
Reserve time.
another carry into their lineup.
They could. HR's been
Dire team
moderately
back.
successful with the Spirit Breaker.
I think it's
They won at
it's a
least
hero
one game
that
with it
Ace
yesterday.
Spoiler started using more and more, and everyone
That
else
was with
caught on.
the Whiz a lot.
Yes.
Spirit Breaker plus Whiz.
Spirit Breaker plus Wiz was really cool because if you tether the Spirit Breaker
10
that's charging, the Wiz
seconds
was like,
remaining.
here I go with you.
5
And it just
seconds
charges
You know,
down.
HellRaisers could also go Storm. And I think Storm would wreck Skywrath, Lion, and
Yeah,
Bat with
they're
the-
gonna
the
actually
turn
take out the
to
last the hero that actually still they feel with trouble. Shadow Fiend in middle, it's Wiper. But
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like a hero that MVP needs at the moment. They need a very big carry hero.
Yeah.
How about going greed and going something like Anti-Mage here for HellRaisers? I mean, you put the Shadow Fiend mid.
We got-
It's
we
just
got
like very.
Phoenix pick though. Phoenix needs something for QO.
10 seconds remaining.
You said Storm. What else does he play? He plays
5
Ember
seconds
Slark like you guys
Yeah,
said.
but Ember
Jay's
would have a
banned.
tough lane though against Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Who does
I don't-
Kyo play that isn't banned that's also decent against Shadow Fiend? That feels like a very small pool of heroes.
How about Quap?
Quap could be okay.
Yeah, but Quap in the
Doesn't
Quap-
really.
Quap doesn't carry as hard as Storm. That's my concern.
Yeah.
She needs to snowball so hard in a way that she's gonna be able to have an extra item or 2 extra item over the Shadow Fiend.
Is Morphling in the pool and you can put, say, Morphling and Skywrath mid?
I don't think Morphling matches that well enough for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, Morphling it has a tough time against
10
Shadow Fiend.
seconds remaining.
I mean, it's a hero that Phoenix would need a lot of damage, a lot of carry potential,
5
but
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
match up well in the lane.
The
It is a
Storm.
Storm.
Good call,
Dire
Winter.
team
Yep.
Yeah, they like Storm, Slug, and Ember. These 3 heroes primarily on QO. Like in most of the C games I've watched them play. He's a very
Okay.
type of player where you see him one game,
Mm-hmm.
he's like 10-0, and the other game he's like
0-10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a great player when he's on his A game. That's for sure.
Storm Spirit has been picked
10
on this tournament 3
seconds
times and he has a 100% win rate.
Wow.
Yeah.
A very good sign
5
for people
seconds
betting on
remaining.
MVP Phoenix.
Yeah. 11.67 kills per game.
Reserve time.
How many times
Uh,
has Sumail played it?
I can tell you.
Not that many, actually.
I can
think
tell you.
he's-
It's at least once.
Once
It
or
was
twice.
once it was Ferrari, once it was Sumail, and once it was S4.
Okay. Oh, there's the Slark. So HR opt for the Slark with their final pick.
This is also a tough Slark game.
Yeah.
It's good versus Bat, but there's like Bat, there's Lion, there's Sky, there's
Do you think
Storm.
Slark is good versus Bristle?
It goes both ways, I guess,
mediocre.
because Bristol you can still kill him
Yeah.
when during the Shadow Dance, and Bristol at the same time, if the Slug is onto him,
Yeah.
stealing his stats is also It's
Yeah.
also really deadly for the Bristle.
So it's 50-50. Goes both ways.
Yeah, I think this mid lane is extremely important. This Shadow Fiend versus Storm, like both of them need really good starts, and both of them are very vulnerable to ganks, and both teams have good heroes to kill the.
Hey, maybe
Opposing
Blitz
one.
gave some tips to Kyo.
We'll see.
We'll see indeed. All right, second heat of the day now officially underway. MVP Phoenix versus HR. HR 5-5, MVP 1-9 in this group stage. HR, could this be the beginning of their momentous run towards the top, Merlini?
Or MVP.
Or MVP?
Their momentous run towards 9 through 12.
Yeah, they could actually still push out of elimination here if they win their next 4 games in a row. There's some hope, but look at this 5-hero smoke from HR.
Anyways, before the action starts, Winter and I are signing off. We'll be back after the game is done. In the meantime, enjoy this HR versus MVP.
All right. We could see a clash here, Merlini. It's a 4-on-5. Got him. Finds March. Here we go. Gordiet's charged forward. There's the purification, and that's a dead Bristle. First blood drawn by the Slark.
Easy boots first Rubik, and Bristle was just not in that great a position. They also were really, really quick, too, with Observer Ward. Gordiets.
30 seconds.
Gordiet's making it happen. Okay, so great start for the HellRaisers. Their first smoke proved successful. Have Afa Ninja here on the Shadow Fiend headed mid. Artez, he'll be on the Slark that got that first blood. Gordiet's on the Spirit Breaker. That puts Dread on the Omni Knight. And got him on old Rubik.
You'll also see increasing amount of Shadow Fiends get raised at level 1. It's a lot of damage. 300 damage for 225 mana. It's not that great mana to damage ratio, but it's still fantastic.
We'll see another initiation here. Forev gets telekinesed back, but he has the Firefly. He'll make it to the high ground, and he'll be all right for now. Bounty runes come out. One apiece. QO grabs the top, and Afaninja grabs the bottom. But even more pressure coming out here onto the Spirit Breaker. Ryzen will chase him down on that Skywrath Mage, and he'll be okay after taking a few Arcane Bolts to the face.
A very nice smoke from HR. They needed to get there like right at that precise time, and the timing that they smoked was just really, really good, making sure that they get some sort of presence down for the Spirit Breaker. So they will do their patented Omni Knight dual off lane. Actually, I think that's not patented, but they like doing it a lot.
Yeah. So QO Storm mid. It was Forev on the Bat Rider in the off lane. Lion already getting some stacks going in the jungle, so Forev will have something to retreat to look towards that Blink Dagger. That will be Heen here on the Demon Witch with his nice early booties and a smoke already.
Afro Ninja, even with that early kill assist,
Yeah.
is not doing too well in the mid lane. You know, Storm's decent, especially QO Storm.
Yeah, boxing him out so far. Shadow Fiend will grab a few last hits here, and still plenty of time to get that momentum going. They will bring or keep Dread in the off lane here, so at least Spirit Breaker getting some experience. Still not really last hitting all that well, but at least not completely zoned out.
Mid lane, they're duking it out. Very aggressive in the mid lane. QO making Shadow Fiend use all his regen. No salve up for him yet, but I think all the supports are in sight right now. Heen in the bottom lane as well as Ryzen. So guess he's not
What
that
was
scared.
Shadow Fiend's opening build? Did he go the greedy bottle rush here? No, he got
No,
the
he went Wraith.
Wraith Band.
I think you have to go Wraith for Storm.
Yeah.
Storm's base damage is pretty high.
This is a tough place to be in for the Shadow Fiend, though. Actually getting blocked out pretty hard here in terms of CS. And
Well,
we'll
he's
have
level
a slow
3 now.
bottle.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Money changes hands.
So those, no, like I say, that can't be his bottle. So he ferries out a salve, and only 2 tangos left.
Yeah, he's okay now. It's 11-4. It's not the best for him, but I think that either can easily catch up in this matchup. However, we will see Forev get an invisibility room on the top. Oh no, Afro Ninja gets wrapped around.
Yep, Heen on his way in, opens up with a Hex. There's QO with the Vortex and Earth Spike to boot, and this should be a kill. But he brings down the Lion first. It's a 1-for-1. Afa Ninja gets the kill, and we'll find some experience. Now QO in some trouble. Charge from Gordiet's on the way in, but Forev is there, laying down the fire onto Gotham. And the Spirit Breaker will have to about face. They will scare back the Bat, and looks like we'll just be that 1-for-1. So obviously not ideal for the Shadow Fiend, but at least picking up a kill before he goes down.
It really sucks that he didn't actually get the kill because he really needed the souls. He's still at 2 souls right now. If he got the kill, he would have, what, 6 souls right now?
Oh, didn't he get the...
No,
Yeah, he got the kill.
He didn't get, like, the last hit on it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So Shadow Fiend now gets the kill on Storm Spirit, though. That'll make up for it. Gordietz may get punished as he has to dive the tower. Hex comes out. They do make it another 1-for-1, but this time the trade favoring HR. If Shadow Fiend can live 15 souls, this could be his recovery, but the sticky goo starting to stack up. March diving the tower, taking a lot of damage. Ninja with the raises. He'll get another kill before going down, perhaps. Make it a double. Lion falls as well. It's a 1-for-2, a 1-for-3. He dies to the Dire. MVP Phoenix, Merlini. It's Slop City here in the mid lane.
I was like, what are MVP doing with 4 heroes in mid? I was like, okay, I guess it's worth it to get a Shadow Fiend kill. It's like, oh, wait, no. Very nice raises from Shadow Fiend there to clean them all up.
He handled himself so well.
There's... oh, my goodness. I think he also bought before he died, too.
So now he'll come back with 11 souls. And recovery in the mid lane is real. Only 5 CS compared to the 19 of Storm, but he's on his road to recovery. He's only about 50 net worth behind, so all this killing has really worked out in his favor. 4-2-1.
And also, they just get so much space in the side lane. Omni Knight's really weak 4 minutes in, except now he's level 4.5, so he's not really weak anymore. And on the top lane, Arte's on the Slark. Looks like he is well on his way to a 5.5, 6 minute Midas.
Yep, getting a lot of CS. Actually, the last hit leader right now at 27. See QO back in lane. Down bottom, though, looks like a fight may break out. Ryzen taking a lot of damage as the heal bomb from Omni flies through. Gordietz with the repel on, but MVP with a huge TP reaction. All of a sudden, it's a 4-on-2. Dread will try to TP out, and he'll make it. Gordietz has a charge, gets stunned now, but I think he might live as well. There's the charge. He makes it out. Oh, MVP again, a huge TP. And, he goes back for the regen rune. Gordietz, is this going to cost you? Look at this greedy bastard here. QO comes in, zipping around, and they put the cow to sleep and turn him into cheeseburgers.
Bait it out.
Oh, QO getting hit by some raises. Okay, he's got some bottle charges. He'll be all right.
He's like, oh, regen. If that was any other rune, you would have kept charging.
Why did he stop?
That was pretty funny.
Oh, boy. We got a first-class ticket to Clown Town here.
However, Ryzen charged up in the bottom lane. Spirit Breaker charging on through. Only level 3. No points in Empowering Haste. But we do see Lion right next to him. Is he going to go for this?
It could just be looking to get back to lane. He does have an Orb of Venom. Okay, still continues on. Verizon gets a bash straight away. Now gets turned into a Froggy. And also slowed by the concussive. And he will have to back out. Light on the regen, so...
Radiant's top tower
Yep,
is
not
under
the
attack.
best trade. I guess he'll just get healed up by his Omni.
6 minute rune about to come out. It's really important that HellRaisers control the runes so that QO doesn't get out of control. They're doing a good job of limiting his presence, though, in this early game.
Shadow Fiend is really recovered now. Only 8 CS behind. Level 7. Maxed out raise.
Oh, unfortunate for QO. It's a bounty rune on bottom.
And an illusion for the SF. I guess they fill up the bottle at least.
So ideally you want regen, haste, or DD right now
Yeah.
for him, and then that's just, that's exactly what he needs. He can kill Omni Knight, he can kill Shadow, he can pretty much kill anybody.
So, looking at the mid, things have leveled out a little bit, but the side lanes are where it's a little more scary for MVP. Slark's still the #1 in terms of last hits, very early Midas there. And then in the Radiant safe lane, you've got a Bristleback who's farming okay, but the Slark just going to do so much more with that Midas.
The rotation mid killed his farm.
Yeah.
Where he went mid, didn't get a kill, or he didn't get any experience for that kill or gold, and then he ended up dying.
And Bat Rider, only 12 last hits. How's his progression looking here? 550 gold at 7 minutes. Could end up having an okay blink. Does he have any stacks in the jungle? I know the line was there earlier, but no, it doesn't look like it.
A tiny one.
One double stack at a hard camp. Okay. So not much for the Bat Rider to retreat to.
They also need ancient stacks for Bristle.
And there are none of those right now.
And regular stacks for Storm so he can get his Orchid. They need a lot of farm on MVP.
Yeah. Storm not even begun the progression towards the Orchid yet. And MVP will actually move 4 heroes towards the mid lane. Looks like the Bat Rider will just rotate through the jungle. Going for a gank perhaps here on the Shadow Fiend. They are smoked up. Ninja in the trees. Now silenced. They should be able to find the kill here pretty easily with the Ancient Seal. They will. Dread TP's in, trying to save his friend, but now the Omni Knight in some trouble. Gets off the heal. Now the the Repel comes out. QO taking a lot of damage under the tower. Dread committing deep for it. Finds the kill with the help of the tower. It'll cost him his life, and Gordietz charges through. Unfortunately, it goes to the creep after his target dies. Now is he going in too deep here, Merlini? Bristleback on his way over. Ancient Seal, not enough damage to find the kill quite yet. It's a 1-for-2. MVP come out ahead on that trade.
That's a big kill on getting the Storm there. Because it should have just been a Shadow Fiend dying there. And then they ended up getting the Storm, which is really, really big. I think he tried to use that illusion bait too hard. but the conch shot found the right one quite easily. So it will be a mech for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. The big issue, though, with all these rotations, the whole time Slark is just farming away. Now that last hit graph, even scarier in terms of the disparity between him and Bristleback. Even the net worth as well, 4.7k compared to the 2.5 of Bristle. This is rough. I mean, 10 minutes from now, this Slark is going to be massive.
It's really bad for the Bat Rider in particular, where Slark's going to have Midas Blink, and then Bat Rider's maybe going to have Blink at that point.
Yeah. Bat Rider having a pretty low impact so far, still only 1,300 gold.
And Lion and Sky, these heroes have like very little HP. 550 on Lion, 663.
At least the Sky's level 6. Lion is still only level 4.
Charge on bottom.
All right, on to March. Where can you go? Bristleback. Looks like the Grave is going to be your only option, even a GA used for this one, making sure those quills don't do too much damage. He's got a double damage rune on as well. He's pretty damn fast. They're going to dive this. Can they actually kill him? Bristle pretty big. The Purification going to fall a little bit short. He's still playing Ring Around the Rosie. Meanwhile, on the backside, Dread and Forev going to be hanging out. Lasso's used. Dread pulled right back into the tower. It will be a 1-for-1 Omni for Bristle. Not the clean kill that HR were hoping for.
Where is the Storm? Storm could clean that up so hard. It would have been a triple kill, I think.
Well, he's on his way down, but he's a little bit slow. Full mana, not going to zip too far. Now zips across, fine. Gordietz looks like that could be a kill on the cow, and it will. Got him on the run, and he'll be left behind now. Hit by the Ancient Seal. Easy kill for Storm. TP in from Artez, though. QO now out of mana, hit by the Dark Pact as well as the Pounce. Does he have any bottle charges left? He does. He'll start sipping him up. Artez trying to find him, but just can't quite get there in time. If that Dark Pack had hit, probably could have found the kill.
That's the 4-2-1 build for you. The no pounces, you just get kited so easily, especially by a Storm Spirit. It's great for bursting down heroes, though, once you get your Blink Dagger. If Storm were there earlier, though, that would have been a way different fight. Like, March would have lived. He got chased from pretty much right outside the Dire T1, like well into his own tower. That was a good 20 seconds. I don't know whether he TB mid or something in the farm, but that's a huge missed opportunity for them. I guess they still come out with 3 kills, so not the worst
Yeah,
thing.
they do get a decent trade. He gets there in time to kind of clean it up, but Artez, 1,500 gold, probably looking towards a Blink Dagger. Shadow Fiend mid. Charge onto QO, and we'll get canceled right away.
It's too risky from his positioning. He's like a little bit to the right in the river, and he can just zip into him and dodge it.
So Dread finds his level 7 down bottom, maxing out that Purification. 1 point in the Degen Aura. Still no Arcane Boots or Soul Ring, but kind of the hard part for Omni is over now. At least has his core set in terms of skills. Shadow Fiend moving into the mech. We'll have it pretty soon here. It looks like the Courier may be ferrying out the recipe already.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bat Rider really needs his Blink Dagger. It's
Yeah.
11 minutes.
He'll
right
have
now.
it like 11:30.
Oh, it's a Shadow Blade for Slark, not the Blink.
Oh, okay. I guess the 2 squishy supports make that a little more appealing. Ryzen just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Shadow Fiend brings him down easily. Now Storm comes in. Finger to bring down the Rubik. QO has to zip back. Gordietz charging in, but hits a creep. The tower did go down. Storm actually got the last hit on it, but now QO initiating onto F Ninja. He gets healed and a repel. That will repel MVP Phoenix. And now March in too deep. Gordietz is there with the Shadow Strike. Finds the kill. QO now in too deep. GA popped. No way to do any damage. And, well, he's going to get bashed and killed once more. A big fight for HR in the mid. Spirit Breaker walks away with a double.
That held mech. He held mech for a really, really long time, waiting to bait Storm in and the Bristle in. If he had used it earlier, they wouldn't have gone in.
Yeah, and he had just picked up the mech before that fight, so perhaps the Storm hadn't even noticed that he had the mech quite yet.
Yeah. Smart play from Alpha Ninja.
Yeah, now Gordietz maybe initiated on. Will back up just in the nick of time. And all the while on the top, again, Slark just all by himself, staying pretty quiet, but farming away, cutting the creep wave, and allowing the creeps to shove into the tower. It looks like this will be a tier 1 tower kill. Meanwhile, back in the mid, Gordietz again initiated on. The rest of his team going to be nearby. They'll rendezvous, and that will push back MVP Phoenix. Artez is just getting so big, though, dude. Look at that net worth. About to break 7K.
It's so big that Storm hasn't gotten like any significant runes. This is generally like a minute before you'd see most Storms get their Orchid, and they've killed him 3 times and punished him for his aggression.
So what does he have? 1 Oblivion Staff already.
And 1 robe.
And 1 robe. So making progress, but won't be the best timed Orchid.
Yeah, and the Slark's also going to have a Shadow Blade too, so he's not going to be vulnerable to the Orchid.
Yeah, looks like his Shadow Blade's up already. Courier bringing it out.
Yeah. The Blink versus Shadow Blade debate is, it's a hotly contested one on Slark. I think both builds are viable. The Blink is better versus the Sky Bat, or I mean, the Blink's good versus everyone. But Shadowblade is better against an Orchid Storm, I suppose. So you don't die, force him to get dust all the time. Also, he has an Omni Knight too, so it'll make for cleaner jumps. He can just repel in and get a huge burst on one hero.
Yeah, and with these squishy supports, like right now, Artez going to find Heen, and this should be an easy solo kill. And reveals himself, uses the pounce, charges up the Dark Pact, easy peasy. Meanwhile, the rest of his team pressures the tower. They'll get a tier 1 mid.
And Stark stealing the stack.
Oh, is it a double?
It's a double.
A double, all right. So limiting space for the Bristle and Batrider to find more farm.
And Storm.
And Storm, yeah, good point. So top tier 1 for MVP will get pressured, but HR move right into the Roche pit.
Oh, here they go. I think they're smoking. Oh, no, they don't have a smoke on these 3. They're expecting a gank on bottom, but they're not there.
Uh-oh, looking at vision, what can Radiant see? They do have a ward up on the high ground, so they can infer that they're moving into the Roche pit. Batrider goes up to the high ground. Lasso onto Gotham, pulls him onto the high ground, but he'll get repelled. Be safe for now against the fire. Dread does have a GA here. I don't know if this is a fight that MVP want to take. Gordietz goes in onto Ryzen. He gets blown up by HellRaisers. Meanwhile, on the other side, QO trying to square off against Gotham, but there's the GA. Magic damage enough to finish off Rubik. QO in an awkward position, but safe for now. Artez takes a finger, will go into the Shadow Dance. QO pump fake a move here as he holds the high ground. Gordietz manning up onto Forev. Now in comes Art. Brings down Heen right away. Now just trying to make the escape. Shadowblade will be there, and he will live on that front. Storm barely makes it away on like 1 HP as he runs through the now HR. Dive the tier 1 tower. They want March and Forev. Artez rather, walking around on the fire. Now he gets healed up. And I think HR can be okay with just backing out here. Ryzen respawns, TP's back in. Gordietz hit by the Mystic Flare. But now in the retreat, mech from Afaninje again. A lot of patience on that.
They have to get out right now. If they commit any further, Storm's going to clean up. They're very wary of that.
And do they go back into Roche, though?
It's already healed up to over half HP. This is a really risky play from them. Batrider,
That's
I
right.
mean,
There's
he
no
doesn't.
lasso this time.
It's down for 18 seconds, but he still can get Firefly vision. Like up here in the cliff is a really difficult place for them to fight. But the question is, can they get there in time? QO is ready to jump.
Yeah, no GA this time, though, for the Omni, so they won't have that get out of jail free card. QO on the high ground.
They need to wait for mech cooldown, too.
HR, I don't know that you want to be doing this. An unnecessary risk with the lead they've already picked up for themselves. Artez scouting it out as he goes to the high ground. Afaninje caught by the lasso, pulled away from the rest of the team. QO safe on the high ground for now. Ryzen taking a lot of damage, but Afaninje and QO will force a TP back on the Shadow Fiend. March doing a lot of damage here, and in comes QO for the cleanup. Gordietz will be the first one to go down. Dread out of mana, on the run, nowhere to go. Shadow Fiend right back in the party. Now it's March that falls. QO out of mana and on the run. MVP getting the backside of this fight, and they will get cleaned up. It's a 2-for-4 Batrider, the only one left alive, and it looks like HR may have finally secured themselves Roche.
That was nice play from Batrider. He tried to lasso the Shadow Fiend up into here, but Avo Ninja responded with a TP. So usually you'll see like a hero isolated there and just die to the Firefly, but they had a very smart response to that, and ideally you'd be able to cancel it with the Flame Break, but Omni Knight with the repel, too strong. Very nice clump from HR. They're working well as a 5-man ball.
Artez getting aggressive here, wraps around onto Ryzen. Pounce will connect. Dark Pact with the big damage. Mystic Flare gets him low, but not close to a kill, and the unstoppable streak continues. The Shadow Blade seems to be providing some dividends here, but 17 minutes in, Storm secures the Orchid as Lion closes in on his Blink Dagger.
They have to be able to kill the Omni Knight, but I don't actually know if that's going to happen early on in the fights. They have Rubik to counter-initiate. They have the mech on Shadow Fiend to heal the Omni Knight up, and on top of that, they have the Spirit Breaker charge if Storm Spirit makes a slight misstep. So he has to be very careful about how they go into this fight.
Charge onto March behind the tower. Swagger Fiend on his way in, ready to queue up the raises, but here we go. QO showing off that Orchid onto Dread, but Afaninje turns, lobs some souls the Storm Spirit's way, and QO just can't take the heat, so he'll get out of the kitchen. Now Gordietz hit by the Ancient Seal. Rubik steals the Arcane Bolt and actually gives him a taste of his own medicine. Now the charge from Gordietz with the repel, gets the kill on Bristle. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Dread pops the GA. He'll be okay for now as QO out of mana, soon to be out of HP. Rubik, he's low on mana as well. One more auto attack, finds the kill. Dread stays alive. They found the kill on the Batrider on the other side. It's just pure chaos at this bottom tier 1 tower. Rubik gets the Skywrath. Now Heen falls momentarily. A full 5-man wipe again, Merlini. 1 for 5. HellRaisers dominating all over MVP Phoenix.
HR just had a spectacular early game, and they've delayed Storm Spirit's Orchid too much to the point now they can't kill Omni Knight. Their plan was, okay, they go on Bristle, we kill Omni, and then we can squeeze in on them around the fight and pick and chew at them with our int heroes, but they weren't able to do that. And I don't exactly know how they're supposed to proceed from the fights henceforth, just because they can't kill Shadow Fiend. He has the Aegis. He has the support of the Omni Knight. The Omni Knight has the mech, and his whole team is pretty darn beefy now. Spirit Breaker has a Vanguard on top of that. And I don't know. Like, they can't really split push because Arts will pick them off, and Spirit Breaker will also pick them off, and QO is just massively underfarmed at this point. I mean, he's still the most farmed hero on MVP, but relative to Shadow Fiend, relative to Slark, that's not a question.
That's the scary thing here. Looking at Dire Vision, you see they've got some nice aggressive wards down across the mid and all the way through the Radiant jungle, ready to pick on MVP Phoenix and make the most out of the Shadow Blade that the Slark has picked up. Shadow Fiend uses the invisibility rune before he gets lassoed, but they've got Dust ready and waiting. Appa Ninja may go down, but don't worry. He's got an Aegis. Support on the way. Omni Knight, will he make it in time? Swagger Fiend, he'll mech straight away. Gets hexed. Omni Knight's here. There's the purification, but it's not enough. The pop, though, gets him low. Gordietz comes in onto Forev. Shadow strikes there. Gets the kill. Now Artez moving forward to try and lock down Heen. Gets silenced, though. March actually doing a lot of damage with all that physical. And meanwhile, up top, Gordietz with the repel, just unstoppable against these spellcasters. Skywrath Mage goes down, a fast 2-for-0 trade as the rest of MVP Phoenix do survive.
It was a bold move going for Shadow Fiend. They didn't actually know where Omni Knight was, but they took a gamble. And I would say that paid off with them. QO getting charged up in the bottom lane, but he is well in vision of the...
Okay, gets a silence onto Gordietz, but Gotham's there with the lift. Do they have the damage to bring him down before the zip? They do. Spirit Breaker gives him the lantern and gets another one.
Silence doesn't stop the charge?
I guess not. It has to be a stun. Yeah, it's not channeling. You just have to stun him or lift him or something.
That's cool. I didn't know
That is
that.
cool.
QO certainly expected it. He's like, I'm not scared. I'm just going to work you. And then he's like, what? I'm charged.
Wait.
And then I'm lifted.
Oh, my.
Something QO learned today. Today, QO learned.
Yep. Artez in an awkward position here. Will try to Shadow Dance away. Dread is inbound, but he'll get hexed before he can heal or throw out the repel. Now the Mystic Flare to bring him down. Not the kill that they were hoping for, but still a 1-for-0 trade here in the mid as Omni Knight bites the bullet.
Everyone's going really tanky builds. On HR, all they need to do is survive the burst. The Finger, the Batrider Lasso, the Storm Orchid, the Skywrath Ultimate.
Even Dread with the double bracer, man. He's tanking up.
Yeah, Dread with the double bracer. Shadow Fiend going stats over presence of the Dark Lord max.
Wow.
Like, everyone is just massively tanky. Spirit Breaker, Strength Treads, Urn, Vanguard, Magic Wand. Look at all this HP on everyone.
Yeah, got him. Even going drums on the Rubik. We'll hold that thought, though. Skywrath Mage picked off by Artez. Lasso is there. Now the Orchid comes in. Dark Pact will cleanse it. Can he get off a Shadow Dance? Nope, still on cooldown. But got him with a beautiful stolen stun. The Requiem gets channeled. Bat Rider dies. Now they find the kill on Lion. March left all by his lonesome. The bash to move into an awkward position. They hit him in the face, and that's something the Bristle doesn't like. On the run, spamming the quills. Negative Urn comes out, and Shadow Fiend lobs a soul his way to secure the kill. It's a 1-for-4. QO, the lone survivor for MVP Phoenix, zips into the trees, but they find him and they kill him. Decapitated again as MVP Phoenix cleaned up.
You know
Get
what?
the mop and bucket, Merlini.
The item that's been the most significant in this match is the mech. This mech has just been absolutely incredible. No one has to run away from the Bristle because of the heal, because of the armor. They can't burst down Omni Knight because of the heal. It is just working wonders for them. And if there ever was a mech game for Shadow Fiend, this is it.
Most certainly. Now they'll move into the Tier 2 mid, take this one out without competition. It's about a 15,000 experience lead, somewhere about 13k gold for HR as old Shadow Fiend picks up his Manta style.
Yeah, I like HR's build and their game plan here. Like, everyone is built to survive. Even the Rubik, most of the time you'll see them rush Blink. Look at his build. He went Point Booster and Drums of Endurance. 1,300 HP with 3 points in Null Field. That's usually what you see with, like, a Morphling Soul Strength. But they are just incredibly tanky. There's no easy target for MVP, and they thought they would with this draft.
Yeah, even Slark getting the Scotty now, Shadow Fiend beefing up, and yeah, Vanguard on Gordietz.
The lowest HP hero is Rubik with 1,281. That's actually...
Then you look at Skywrath Lion, both of them at like 700, 750. Yeah. It's a pretty big disparity.
That's crazy.
So here we go. HR grouped up in the bottom lane as 5. MVP ready to make a defense. They don't have their Storm with them.
Oh, they find Heen on the side. Oh, no.
God. charging March, but they quickly cancel to go for the kill. Now Artez hopping forward. They find March with the Shadow Strike. Rising gets soloed down by Artez as well, distracting QO. March with nowhere to go will get locked down. Also a fast 3 for Nil. Artez diving the base, pushes back the Storm. And now they can just settle for this tier 2. It feels like there's just nothing MVP can do at this point.
Bruno's line of 32 is a pretty good line.
Line of 32?
It's 32
Oh, yeah.
minute. Because that's like next Roche is in a few minutes, and then it's going to be right about that time that MVP's probably going to tap it.
Is it? I don't know. HR
Could be
going
right
to the
now.
high ground. What was the time that I said? 28? Did I take the... Definitely took the
I think
under
you
on
took the under.
32.
I had more
Alright.
hope for MVP.
Yeah.
This is high ground defense, though. This is with Batrider. We're still with Lasso. However, they cannot get past this front line. The Spirit Breaker repelled up in front. That's
Yeah.
an easy.
Tier 3 tower goes down. Radiant Glyph. Do they have one here? And they do not. So this is a defense they need to make sooner rather than later. Their structure is taking a lot of damage. Melee Barracks being focused. QO stunned up from the stolen Earth Spike. Got him hit by the lasso, but Storm's already died. He doesn't have a buyback here. Skywrath Mage goes down shortly after. March moving back towards the well, and Gordiet manning up on Forev into the tier 4 towers. Few fucks given by this Spirit Breaker as he finds the kill. The GG is called. MVP Phoenix demoralized into a tap out earlier than expected. GA to dive the well in good measure. The HellRaisers dominant victory over MVP Phoenix.
Damn, what a performance by HR. They had a really good game plan. They executed flawlessly. They went for very risky plays because they had the confidence to. Like that Roshan was a super ballsy play by them because they were ahead, but not that far enough ahead where they can secure Roshan. And especially playing into a Batrider and a Storm who have flying vision around the pit, that's a play that very few teams would make. And I admire their confidence, their no fucks given attitude, and they know what they can get away with. However, it is versus MVP. Versus a stronger team, they may be punished for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But the HR Classic, as I've been thinking about it in my head with that Spirit Breaker, exactly the kind of style they like to play. Up in your face, super aggressive. You could tell early on, given Artez all that space in lane, kind of knew that he was going to get out of control like that with a 6-minute Midas, all that free farm.
I think it was Avo Ninja with that triple kill.
Yeah, that too. Oh my, that in mid. Welcome back to the panel, boys. Winter and Bruno.
It was indeed faster than expected. Exactly 3 minutes faster than expected. I called it at 27. It was at 24.
That was
Not surprised there. 11-10, that Spirit Breaker
40
was
minutes. You're only off by...
yeah, like
That's
16.
okay. I took the
you
longer
win some,
too.
you lose some, right, Winter?
Are you
Man.
sad for MVP?
The Storm looked like he was gonna have a very good game. Looked like from the CS board, from the start of a few minutes, and then they did that dive.
The
That
silly
terrible
dive.
fight.
The 4-on-1 in the mid.
And
You're
then
looking
trade
at
one for
that, and
3.
you're like, you don't do that.
LD was watching that, and he just said, "Perfect as shit." The Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was gonna happen when they were diving like that? That was
Yeah, maybe if he were level 4. If he were level 4, those kills wouldn't have happened. He was level 5, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Everyone-
race is really hurt.
Everyone just...
It hurts.
That buff, dude.
Yeah.
25 damage.
Anyways, that wraps up a game that will put HellRaisers in the top 8.
Yeah, they're now
Momentarily.
6-5.
Yeah,
So they're
so looking
actually
good.
starting to make that that push. towards
Phoenix
the
is
top
pretty much
8.
like...
And MVP Phoenix
Yeah.
has put Newbie in the 15th place.
Oh, congratulations, newbie.
But that might not last too long because right now we do have a break. And I think after the break we might be able to go to the Navi game.
13th
No.
through 16th, they're all the
I
same.
think we're doing HGT versus EG will be the...
EG versus HGT because Navi is about to defeat Newbie very, very
Spoilers, dude.
It's not spoilers if it's about.
Wow, and they're only 19 minutes into that game as well. Looks like Navi might be able to
Yeah,
find a quick victory.
No, it's pretty painful.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna go into a break. When we come back, you'll get to see EG versus HGT, and when the next lobby is ready, we will come back to this stream with the lovely gods. joining
Cloud9
us.
versus Vici, the next game here. That should be a big one.
Yeah. So looking forward to that game. A little bit of analysis, checking the standing schedule, but that's later. First the break, and then EG versus HGT. See you guys in a bit.